Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the Bonfire Racing League broadcast brought to you. Oh, hold on there a second, Jared. I don't think I have audio on the racetrack. So we have technical difficulties once again. I didn't switch over the sound. Please bear with us. Spotter off. This all the way up. And this should be MQ1. Done. All right, let's check that out. All right, there we go. All right. Sorry about that, folks. We are back, hopefully, and streaming semi-live. Me and Jared Kelly here today, bringing you the race here from Phoenix. We got 140 laps here in here Phoenix. Pace car is off, Jared. They're going to be heading into turn 3 and 4, I believe, as we're going to get these guys ready to go. But this is round 1. Round 3, this is the cutoff race to get into the playoffs for the round of 10. David Medina is coming around 4 to the Geico restart line. And David is launching right now. Away he goes, David, as they come approaching the start-finish line here at Phoenix. You can see Jason Landry using up all the dog leg here at Phoenix. And the race is underway as they almost go 4 wide into turn 1, Jared.
Yeah, crazy restarts here at Phoenix like we always see. But it's a little bit slippery down there on the dog leg from all the dust and debris down there that just accumulates down on the racetrack. But we'll see who's gutsy enough to go and take it.
All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, the guys with the swords are kind of not locked in. They're in good spots. But like Landry, David Medina, some of these guys, Buddy Sally, well placed, but the guys with the cautions are at the cut line or below. As Nick Mills now in second place, looking to challenge David Medina and Jason Landry. As you see Sally going real wide there by the Geico restart line, using a high line, trying a little something different.
Yeah, I got a little bit tight, got up into the wall coming out of 2, so it may have some repercussion from that, just trying to collect himself, but we won't really know.
As the rest of the field gets situated, the front starts getting single filed. As we have a little bit of a skirmish in the back there with the back cars of, looks like Pierce, Jake O'Shea, Jack Zaval.
Yeah, just everybody trying to learn the racetrack, get some laps under their belt, no reason to go at 100%.
So Jared, we started with 16. Now at 10, and then now, no, I'm sorry, this is the cutoff race. Like I said, second round, going from 16 to 10, cutoff race. I'm probably making this more confusing than I need to, but this is the cutoff race to make it to the top 10. I'm confusing myself, Jared.
Yeah, David Brenner having a good strong run, something he needs, but he's going to have to have Dante fall back a few positions to maybe solidify his spot into the next round.
That's right, Jared. Good call on that. David needs to basically finish in front of Dante to get himself into the next round. So we'll have to keep the battle on that eye on that battle between these two cars. Oh, as David Medina gets up there in that outer wall, it's a little tap. Speaking of David Medina, I think he just passed Nick Mills for a position. Oh, they're battling. Mills battling back. Actually, retook that position from David. Yeah, it looks like Matt Schofield never made it back on the racetrack there, Jerry. He's showing 6 laps down. Looks like he didn't get that car started. Might have some electronic issues there. That number 61 car.
Yeah, I'm looking at the points right now between David Medina and Dante Wright. It's 4 points separating him and Dante, and also Jax, who's tied for that spot. So Brenner needs to try and get 4 spots ahead of Dante. because every spot is a point, but there are always the bonus points that are up for grabs for leading a lap or finishing with a 0x.
Great observation there, Jared. That is why you get paid the big bucks here at the Cavalcade Racing Network. Well, Nick Mills doing a great job there, but Landry's out to a little over a second lead right now over the rest of the field.
Yeah, Jason putting a lot of laps down at Phoenix on the Chevrolet Sim. Just trying to get some laps here and just dominate like he wants to. We'll have to see if anybody else in the race can catch up to him and put the fight on him.
Yeah, Jason's really taken this league by storm since he's arrived. He's just getting better every week and being a real force to contend with. But he has his work cut out because David Medina, our reigning champion from last season, does put up great battles against them. They always seem like those two are at the end of the race battling it out. So we'll have to keep an eye on all of them, and I'm sure we're going to have a great race in store for us here today. All right, let's take a look at Joseph Holtbus there. Jared, looks like he's getting closer to David Owens.
Yeah, Joe kind of fell off some pace, it seems like, or he's kind of at the same spot he was when he started, just hasn't been able to move like the guys around him. But as we see, there's kind of two lines forming in turns 1 and 2. There's the bottom, and then there's kind of near the top of the wall. See if you can try and get momentum there. Shifting, I know, is a big part of this racetrack. But Joe's going to take it down the apron and try and see if he can gain a little bit of speed by just cutting the racetrack just a little bit.
Another playoff driver we're taking a look at, that's Jax Duvall Crawl right there. Him and Kevin Kyle seem to be bumper to bumper here. Kyle looking for a way around him. As we all know, that 31 car has a tough time passing anybody once he catches them. But they are running 10th and 11th right now.
Yeah, Jack's having a really defensive line going there into turn 3 that last time around. Kind of taking it short to say that I'm going to run the bottom. As he keeps running the top here in 1 and 2 to get that run down the back straightaway. So he points the nose just towards the apex of the corner, just so that the 31 can't throw a dive bomb in there and get under him.
Speaking of dive bombs, let's take a look at Buddy Sally here. Oh, hit the wrong car there. Buddy Sally looks like he made the move over Dante Wright. Is there door to door? Jared coming down back to backstretch here at Phoenix, headed into turn 3.
Yeah, Dante's going to be forced to be on that second groove through 3 and 4. But he is going to compromise the exit for Buddy Sally, so not able to get to the power right away.
Go on board with the 55 and take a look at what he sees out at the front. That car and seeing that battle from his point of view.
Yeah, now the more these guys stay side by side, they're going to lose momentum. Overall, that's going to halt their progress and allow the guys in front of them to run away. But he's going to finally give up that position, give up that battle, fight another day against Dante Wright.
Oh, looks like Kevin Kyle made it past the old Jax Duvall there, so he moves up to 11th position.
Jax gets a little bit sideways there coming out of 2. Really hot and slick here down in Phoenix, Arizona.
It looks like Joseph and David Owens throwing their last 5 laps pretty Pretty competitive there to Jason Landry.
Yeah, almost everybody running the same amount of lap or same lap times around the racetrack. Nobody's really sticking out as the fastest car on track.
All right, David Medina and Nick Mills here. Looks like they're starting to get into a little bit of a battle here as David did close the gap there to 0.2 of a second. Brenner in tow in that number 22 Puma car. Buddy Sally is on the back bumper of that. Dante Wright's 33. There's a little wiggle there from Buddy Sally.
And right now, Dante is still in that 10th spot to get into the final or the second round of the playoffs as he does blink a little bit.
Oh my, speaking of blinks, I will have the updated blink list later in this race, and we'll keep you updated on those standings for this race here at Phoenix.
But yeah, now the gap's down to 2 points between Brenner and Dante for that last playoff spot. As I believe Nick Mills is giving a position to David Medina for that second spot. David Medina running those Cavo K colors, showing the support, especially with the rear bumper sticker of "Thank you, Pim."
Speaking of Pim, Jared, have you talked to Pim lately? I feel like there's a presence missing on these Sunday mornings.
Yeah, I race with Pim a little bit Monday nights on the Monday car, the Cavo K IndyCar Series. We have some good battles there. I think the last one we had was at Belle Isle in Detroit, where we were actually fighting for position. But yeah, I definitely talk a little bit of smack on Monday nights, but yeah, I don't really know what's going on in his life on Sunday mornings.
Well,
maybe
Pim,
he's just getting an extra cup of coffee.
Yeah, well, Pim, big shout out to you, Pim, for setting this all up and passing the torch on to me and Jared. We're glad to be a part of this, and thank you for all you've done here for the Cavo K Network. But yeah, getting back to the racing at hand, Jared, do you see any close battles here? I know it looks like Kyle and Owens might be getting a little close together there.
Yeah, I've been watching this gap just a little bit close in between the 31 and the 11. It looks like the 11's kind of just struggling with exit of the corner. Looks like the nose pushes on him. He's got to get out of the gas, lose all that momentum he worked so hard to get. As the 31 goes down onto the apron, he's going to get that spot.
Yeah, Owens, Duvall, and have really seen their lap times have been falling off here by the wayside. Joseph's having some good lap times, looks like, and Sally with David Medina staying pretty consistent. So we'll have to keep an eye on David and see how this race continues.
Dante looked like he was a little bit off the pace right there. He ran a 28.57, so 0.3 off of what he should have been running. So he definitely had a major issue somewhere on that last lap.
All right, jumping on. Let's take a look here at Sally chasing down. Looks like he's chasing down David Brenner right now. Oh, buddy gets loose. On board with him, he saves the car, hits the left front. I don't know if that blinking brings out a yellow or not. It doesn't. Wow, what a great save there, buddy. Whew. Yeah, buddy gets that thing going back on the right track. No yellow came out there as he rejoins, but that's going to be a big rebound now that Buddy's going to need to get back his positions. Hopefully he didn't damage that left front. Looks like he's got the blue cone underneath that front bumper though, Jared. That might slow him down.
Yeah, definitely gotta. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues to the underbody. I'm back up in the third position, kind of looking at the overall lap time set by the second through fourth place drivers. Looks like Mills and Brenner are a little bit faster than Medina on the first sector, but that second sector through 3 and 4, Medina is just able to rotate the car and just get a whole bunch of speed coming out.
Yeah, Landry's built that lead now over 2 seconds over the rest of the field in the 5-0 there in the Toyota Camry. As he passes Jake Shea there, putting him a lap down. All right, Jared, I have the blink leaderboard for today's race. Joseph Vulpes leads us with a total of 4 blinks. Followed behind him, Dante Wright, now with only 2 blinks. So we will update that as the race goes by. Let's take a look at you, Jared. Looks like you might be getting ready, closing the gap there on Dante Wright.
Yeah, if we go to the sectors, Vulpes has also gained about 3/4 of a tenth on both Dante and myself. I'm having a little bit of problems there in the second sector. But so far, Vulpes is 2/10 faster than Dante, while I'm only 1/10. Looking at my data. Yeah, so the lap times are definitely faster between the 6th and 7th place guy. As we see now, a battle start to form.
And Brenner also looking to pass Nick Mills. Let's take a look at that battle that happened in here. He's also inching closer to Mills as Brenner really dialed into this track, showing a great race pace today.
And I think Brenner did his weekly NIS race here for the Phoenix 500, I think is what it's called.
Oh, the old Phoenix 500. Looks like Kevin's gonna repass David Owens again. He's trying to. Oh, old 31. Never fails to surprise me.
It does look like Dante was able to get away from the 55, and as we see, it looks like Jake O'Shea trying to let the lead cars by, staying in that top lane, giving them a lane, but that's going to force Dante to run the bottom. He's been kind of running that second lane the whole time, so this is unknown territory for the 33. That's going to force the 55 go to that top lane. Oh, as the 77 gets loose there on the apron, but saves it. Great save there by the 77.
Landry now over a 3-second lead, working on making it a 4-second lead. Two great battles here, all for position between P3, 4, 5, and 6. As David Medina goes low underneath Thomas Pierce, that's also going to be another lap car. As David uses all the dog leg he can to then come up in front, and not even come up in front of old Pierce, but just get position there as they head around turn 2.
Dante's really got to try and keep that 55 behind him, because that would be 3 points, then 1 point just separating him and David Medina or David Brenner for that playoff spot. So Dante's got a lot on his plate here.
As Thomas Pierce is up into that outer barrier wall. Joseph Volpus does clear the 46 and is able to get by some of that slower traffic.
Yeah, Thomas, his car's really tight. He tries to get on the brakes, but the nose just pushes. So he's trying really hard to control the nose of that race car.
Does that look like the 8's coming in?
It definitely shows that Jax Duvall is in pit road right now. Nick Mills also coming in.
Yeah, there's Mills coming in hot. Locks the tires up before hitting that timing zone, so he doesn't get that speeding penalty.
David Owens also coming down. So definitely we start seeing pit stops happen here at Phoenix Raceway. But David Brenner getting in front of David Medina there. Seeing some late pace coming out of this 22 car. Able to pass the number 9, the reigning champ.
Yeah, David, definitely, this is what the playbook called for today. A great run, strong run. He is in that position here with only 91 laps down out of a 140 lap race. So Brenner on his way, going the game plan going according to plan is what I'm trying to say here, as David now takes over first position, as looks like Landry's coming in for his pit stop at lap 49.
Yeah, and this is going to let David lead a lap, so there's a bonus point in the books. Something he's got, a point that he has over Dante. As he now comes down pit road, and Dante's going to follow him.
Jared, you could hear the stress in his voice right there as he was calling pit lane entry speed there. You could just hear it, how dialed in he is right now at this moment.
Yeah, it's going to put David Medina back up into the lead. Able to lead a lap there. See, he's trying to get on the brakes. He gets down pit road. That's a 55, also going to follow him down. That only leaves Kevin Kyle and Justin White. The only two cars that haven't pitted. They're going to keep going. Jake Gaucher coming in for his pit stop. He was a lap down. Kevin Kyle now coming down pit road to get his service done.
Justin White also, he needs to basically win his way into this one also. I think he's sitting pretty far back in that round of 16. So Justin definitely needing a big day today to have any shot of putting himself into that top 10. Oh, as Justin gets a little loose, hangs onto that car. That's one thing I say about Justin. He gets every bit of speed out of his pit entries. And that's what keeps him always involved in the races up front. I think his ability to get on pit road and off very fast, faster than most drivers.
If we look at the playoff picture, it's still, we'll say 3 points since, David Brenner got that bonus point for leading the lap. But back, just like yesterday, the 55 and the 33 battling it out.
Yeah, now the 55 has position on Dante. The roles have switched. Let's see how Dante can deal with Jared up in front. See if he can make his way around him. I'm sure Sally's going to be able to make the pass here, as he's trying to work his way back up from that earlier incident. But Landry, after pit stops have cycled out, Landry now with over a 6-second lead. So Landry doing everything right here at Phoenix today. Well in control of this race as Nick Mills comes back out in P2. Joseph Volpis a little bit under a second behind Mills, and David Medina Sr. is hot on the heels of Volpis. Let's check in on that little battle as we're speaking of it, get an idea of how it's looking on the track.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pit strategy, and Dave Medina has 3 lap fresher tires than Joe Volpa's right in front of him. So right now the strategy to the number 9 car.
And I believe Justin White, we saw him there at the tail end of his pit stop, struggling to get in his box. So that did cost him quite a bit of time as he comes back out, cycles back out in 12th. As David Medina uses all that track as he's trying to get past that number 13 of Joseph. See David using that outside line, trying just a little different line there than Joseph, get a little more momentum coming down this backstretch.
Jason Landry almost 7 seconds ahead of Nick Mills in second place. Definitely said sayonara at the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this race plays out. People are definitely going to need some cautions to regroup this field up and maybe give Jason a little bit more of a more of a battle, because right now, like you said, Jared, he's gone. Now Joseph looks like he's going to get past there by the number 9. Oh, Nick hits the apron hard. Try to cut that dog leg. Oh, jeez. Head first in that outer barrier wall, Jared. Looks like that car's moving. I'm not sure if Nick's still conscious after that hard hit in that wall. Yeah, it looks like he's got control of the car, Jared. The car is somehow still driving, but it looks like he tried to cut that dog leg. And it is a little tricky spot there. Car gets unsettled quite easily. Let's go ahead and we'll hit the blimp here. Oh, you can hear the disappointment in Landry's voice there as as the yellow flag came out. But I'm going to go ahead and rewind this, Jared. Just getting there a look here of the Mills incident. As kind of happened out there all by himself. We'll take a shot from the blimp here at the Cav-OK Goodyear blimp. Yeah, he's coming off of cross start finish line, goes down to cut the dog leg, and that is exactly where the car got unsettled. Slides up the track in front of David Medina, Joseph Volpes, as cars scatter and are able to miss him. Great job there by the rest of the field avoiding that wreck. But that is going to bring out our first yellow of the day, Jared. And with the power of technology, we are going to fast forward it to the drop of the flag here. So let us get this underway.
Tell the pace car to adjust the pace speed.
Yes, Jared, that is correct.
Have him go full speed. There it is. The pace car is off. Turned on the turbo.
He is
supercharged
off.
V8, 5 liter.
The field is having a tough time trying to pass the pace car right now, Jared, as he is taking up both lines of the track, really not letting Joseph make the pass. But the pace car lights are off, Jared. They just came. Looks like they're coming into turn 1. So we'll get them set up, and I will call them coming to the Geico restart line. But great race there by the pace car, Jared. Did not know he had it in him.
Yeah, and I think that pit stop, that allowed Dante Wright to, I think, take no tires. So that's going to put him in the second spot. Allow more work for David Brenner.
Yeah, the pace car is down pit road, Jared. Looks like they're coming into turn 3. Just passing that O'Reilly Auto Parts sign. As Joseph Volpes hits the Geico restart line, and away he goes as he crosses the start-finish line, and they are all spread out coming in that dog leg. Dante Wright hot on the heels of Joseph Volpes. The 9 of David Medina trying to keep that inside position of Landry, but Landry is going to have the higher momentum and get on by. Let's keep an eye on Landry and see how he can do here as he's trying to get his position back, get that clean air on that Toyota Camry so he can get back off to the races. But Volpes last pitted lap 49, Wright 51. Like you were mentioning, Jared, on the pit strategies here. '55 got in there a little hot. Looks like behind David Medina has to let up, go up the track just a little bit. As now he lets Nick Mills in front. He's trying to hold on to that position as Mills now gets position.
David Medina putting in the work, trying to get back up too close to Jason Landry, not let him run away like he did last time.
As Landry, huge push down the backstretch. It pushes his teammate there into 33, into turn 3. David Medina taking his time, letting some other cars go by, just racing his own race there. As Nick Mills, you see him cutting the dog apron again, the dog leg again. He has no fear. He's not going to let that little incident throw him off with some of that front end damage. I'm surprised the car's driving so well after that huge hit into that wall.
Yeah, halfway now. Coming to the start-finish line, half the race is over. Jason Landry trying to look to see if he can make a move on his teammate. Gets to the inside. With the run going through 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're side door by door there. Mills looking, just peeking his head in there, you know, just getting some fresh air on that hood. I don't think he'd ever take a 3 wide on these guys.
Jason cuts the nose off of the 33. Bold move.
He sure did. As he comes back down the track in front of his teammate. Oh my God, what a massive wreck. Oh, everyone goes spinning, staying out of the way. Oh, the humanity. What a massive hit there to the 5-0, Jared. Oh my. We're going to rewind this bad boy, Jared, and we're going to get a better look at this massive wreck that just took place in front of us. But it all started, Jared, with him cutting the nose off of the old 33 there. See if we get some better shots here of maybe what happened. So, yeah, you can see Mills there doing a great job using up all that apron, being very aggressive. He's not involved in this at all, but I just want to shout out there because that does bite some of the drivers in the butt here as Landry goes back up the track and then he wants to cut it back down and he just brings it down in front of Dante. I'm not sure Dante did anything too wrong. He came up the track just a little bit, but I feel like Landry needed to stay higher, a little bit higher. That massive impact hits Nick Mills. He gets involved with Justin White. David Medina looks like he gets some left front tire damage. The 31 locks it up, is able to keep it away from him as cars are just flying everywhere. Jax Duvall gives Mills another push in the back. Jared Kelly gets through there a little bit, gives the 28 a little bit of a hit. There goes White backing it into that wall. Buddy Sally avoids the 31. And then another close call here with Jake O'Shea and David Owens as they get by. But, oh my, that was a huge wreck, taking out one of the main leaders.
Well, majority, all the top 5 guys were taken out in that incident. As we look at the 10-lap average, everybody just dropping down who was involved in that incident.
Hey, you're right, Jared. It does help a little bit with that, as you can see. All right, so that's going to bring some cars down pit lane, Jared. I'm going to go ahead and get some pit lane action just to see what we got going on here. Go to blimp, see a better shot of the cars coming down pit lane. I can't tell who's where right now. There we go. Yeah, 5-0's beat up pretty bad. The 8. Wow, lots of big cars getting hurt there. All right, Jared, I'm going to fast forward here a little bit to speed it up. But go ahead, Jared. What were you saying?
Yeah, just that battle with between Dante Wright and David Brenner. Right now, David Brenner's ahead in that third spot, ahead of Dante Wright after that big accident. So right now, David Brenner looking in to the next round of the playoffs.
Yeah, Brenner is sitting there thinking he's got a chance here, especially with some of the bigger names out of the race right now. All right, let's fast forward a little bit faster. Let's get that turbo engaged. Dropping the hammer, Harry. All right, so pace car lights are off. I believe they're hitting turn 1. I get them going a little bit quicker here. Hit the blimp view. Okay, pace car is off. Vulpes leading them to the Geico restart line. Thomas Pierce on the outside lane. Owens and Brenner following back in row 2. And there's words of wisdom from our own Justin White as Vulpes is going to bring him to the Geico restart line, Jared. And away they go. Very weird restart. Thomas Pierce way back, caused that outside line to back up. Not sure if he fell asleep or was trying to design a paint job there while he was driving that car. But he is awoken now on the outside of the Brenner as he hits the wall, almost skims it as everyone gets back underway. But Vulpes out to a huge lead, Jared.
Yeah, as they cross the start-finish line, we'll actually be able to see the time delta.
Our spread on the sheet right there. Oh, Thomas Pierce gets loose. Oh, my God. Right after the start. I don't know if that's going to bring out a yellow or not. Yes, that car is backwards, Jared. As he tries to get that 46 turned back around. Jared, is the yellow out? I can't see.
I believe it is. Yellow is out.
Okay, it's got to be. Car was backwards on the track. Let's rewind and take a look at what happened there, old Piercy. All right, Jared, we're up in the Cab OK booth. I'm going to slow her down here when the incident started happening. Looks like, let's take a look here. The 46, I feel like he gets loose and the ass end starts coming around on him, but I'm not quite certain, or is under power. It looks like it's going to be under power as he exits 4. There you can see the back end of the car just start sliding a little bit. You can see the right turn, the wheels turn to the right. He's trying to save it. And you know what that means? That thing is going to whiplash back to the right. He does tap Owens. Is Owens able to, and Buddy Sally finishes him off. Puts him up into the outer wall. And then does Sally and Owens make contact? No. Owens is going to tap back that ass up into the outer wall. Just a little bit of a tap. But Buddy Sally, massive damage to that front end of that Citgo Ford. As that brings out another caution here at Phoenix. So, quick caution there. Jared, I don't know if I had that one in my notes. Lap 78. Yes, I did. That one caught me off guard. As that right front of the Sally machine is locked up, you can see that tire not spinning at all. I don't even think it's connected to the car, to the hub. It's off the ground, not spinning. Where that caliper is locked up bad.
I think where that, on the rack and pinion steering, I think where it connects is to the actual front axle. I think that point is disconnected.
So unfortunate for Sally there, as he had nothing to do with that wreck. Thomas Pierce just got loose coming out of the exit, just tapped Owens, and then Sally came in and gave him the fatality, the finishing move. As you can see, 3 big shots sitting there in pit stalls 1, 2, and 3, all under repair here, as the tables are starting to turn here, as Brenner now looks like he's going to be taking over that front position at this restart.
Yeah, but look who's in that P2 spot. It does look like it's Dante Wright at the moment. So, all those points that Brenner did have is out the window as Dante is back into that final spot.
As Dante does peel off, though, to go to pit lane to get some work done, or, let's see, Dante Wright. He's getting some work done. Let's take a look here out right. Is he putting tires on this car, or is just topping off? I think he's putting tires.
Yeah, because he didn't take tires at that first pit stop. So he's coming in, getting his first set put on, would be my guess.
You know, Jared, it did not look like he took tires there. The car did not
Oh.
get put off the jacks, but maybe because I was fast forwarding.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. So I'm going to say he's still on that initial set of tires that he has.
Right. Yeah, that last pit stop was 8 seconds. All right, pace car lights are off. They're passing the dog leg right now. Holy sh! I think that's Kevin Kyle up there on the first row. Holy
I
cow.
cannot believe it.
I cannot believe it.
Is it a full moon outside?
It might be, but okay. The pace car lights off, pace car's off, Jared. As David Brenner's going to be bringing them here to the Geico restart zone. Let's see how this restart ends up. If we have any better luck. All right, Jared. David Brenner is hitting the Geico restart zone, and away he goes. What a great jump there by Brenner as he crosses the start-finish line. And the chase is on to catch Brenner. But there is a kerfuffle in the back here.
Yeah,
Oh.
Nick Miller's going to be our local modified. He's going to be able to have those front brakes cooled. Not going to have to worry about overheating. I'm just watching the cars go down on the dogleg, and you can just see that when they hit that initial bottom part of the apron of the dogleg, you can actually see the underbody of the car hitting the racetrack. That's the suspension bottoming it out. So that's how aggressive that transition is from the banking of the initial dogleg by the start-finish line down onto the apron of the racetrack.
We're going to go on board with Dante as he's starting to make his charge back up to the front. Definitely has the speed to be up there as he's trying to get past some of the slower cars in front of him. But everyone's battling out. This is playoff implications written all over it.
And just to make some viewers aware that there are some of the lap cars that were in that second wreck down the back straightaway as David Owens got loose there on the apron. I think it was a little bit behind Dante, but it looks like everybody's still going. But yeah, there are some lap cars that are multiple laps down, not in contention for the win.
Oh, Vulpes gets sideways there. Oh, saves it. Yes, he does. Oh, my. What a save there by Vulpes. We just caught it. Yeah, but David Medina Sr. seven laps back. Sally looks like 17. Not quite sure. No, not that many.
I think that's the intervals to the car they're behind.
Yeah. So yeah, I got Justin White 1 lap back, David Medina at 8, Buddy 9, Thomas 9, and then Jared shows in your 11 laps back, Jared.
Yeah. Had a broken right front wheel from that yellow that I had no idea about until I got to pit road.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
So, yeah, old NASCAR race control gave me the black flag or the meatball for that. They wouldn't let me go back on the racetrack.
Gotcha.
But I am on the racetrack, and that's what matters.
It's half the battle. It really is.
Somebody's got to try and beat that 31 car.
As Dante catching up to the back of the Duval But what do you think about Brenner there? Can he handle this? All the cards are on the table. He's got control of this race. But Jared, even if he wins and Wright was the finish right behind him, it's still not enough, correct? Or would it be? Because it had maybe an extra couple points for winning.
Yeah, I'm looking here. It does look like Brenner's got the overall pace at the moment. Between Duval and Wright, he's got that 1.6 second and gaining time delta. But it's just going to have to see. I mean, Dante is on an older but decent set of tires from what it looks like. So, but Dante does have a lap fresher tires, so he may have something in store for the later comings of the lap. As Jack Duval up into the wall there in turns 1 and 2, got a little bit too high. But yeah, right now it is that 1 point towards Dante, that Dante is in that playoff spot.
Jared, I'm a BRB. I'm gonna put this thing on exciting. Be back in a minute.
Alrighty.
So this is your chance. This is your big chance.
It's my moment. Let's see, it's still on to the battle between Jax Duval and Dante Wright. Try and get that position for P2. With side-by-side action. As Joe Volpis, I think Kevin Kyle went down pit road, so Kevin getting some service done, so he's going to be a lap down to what it looks like. But Joe Volpis gaining a little bit on both Dante and Duval. Joe on the older set of Goodyear rubbers. Now Dante is in front of Jack Duval, so now it's 2 points the advantage over David Brenner, even if Brenner was to win this race.
So what David Brenner needs to do is slow down and basically reverse hit Dante Wright.
I mean, he could, but that also takes away his 0 bonus points. But also, not to mention, Jack Duval is up here battling with Dante Wright. He's tied with Dante for that last playoff spot as well. So Jack's also in the hunt to get in. So it's basically the last 2 spots up for grabs.
Okay.
So right now, both Jax and Dante are in. But if Jax were to fall back 1 more spot, I think David Brenner would have it.
Looking at the last 5 lap average, a lot of those cars between 2 and 8 are struggling. Looks like they're struggling. Or what happened to P7? Owens. Oh, I think Owens might have slipped up again there.
Yeah, maybe got a little bit sideways.
I hope David Owens puts Phoenix as a championship race next season.
That would definitely be more, I think, more up to grabs than Talladega was the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, Jared, where is our finale in this series? I think, is it Michigan?
Yeah, so we're leaving Alabama that we've been at since the start of the Bonfire series and going up to Michigan International.
Okay, well, we got someone coming in a pit lane there. It looks like Dante Wright bringing it down pit lane.
Yeah, 40 laps left to go in the race. It's definitely a fuel strategy But he is also going to perform that undercut to try and see if he can gain a little bit of time against David Brenner. But up in P2, Joe Volpus slowly closing the gap on Jax Duvall. But David Brenner having a Jason Landry-sized lead, almost 6 seconds.
It looks like maybe Justin White's got up to the back of Owens, but I think Owens White is a lap down car.
Yeah, Justin involved in that incident on lap 71.
Yeah, Justin would be in the spot right now if a yellow was to come out. It would be the lucky dog. As you have Justin, Dante, and Kevin all a lap down at this moment, showing on the scoring sheet.
That just shows the importance of when you need a pit. I think some of the guys that are still out, they're going to go till their fuel tank is empty.
Yeah, Jared, you're right. I'm looking at the pit when they last pitted. Kyle came in lap 94, White 80, and then Wright, like you said, 101. So Brenner doing a great job.
I am looking at an interesting time. Dante Wright only spent 10.35 seconds in the pits, so I think he is leaving a set of tires back into the pits.
Yeah, it's the second time he's had sub 10-second stops. Jared, that looks like my little car at the top of that little graph.
Yeah, definitely on a fresh set of tires, being able to have the fastest lap time. Yeah, Brenner running a 28.40. You just ran a 28.20.
But Brenner still, his lead is increasing over Volpus still.
Yeah, Joe ran last time a 28.9, while Brenner is still running the 28.5. So almost 4/10 of a gain there per lap.
Yeah, David doing a great job. He's probably hoping for no cautions, right? He doesn't want to bunch up this field and give anyone another chance right now, but he does need to complete a pit stop here. As we're looking at 30 laps left next time by, as David Brenner hits that start-finish line. As we only have 6 cars on the lead lap. So P1 through 6 all on the lead lap. Nick Mills is going to be your last car on the lead lap. Pretty impressive after taking that huge hit into the wall.
Well, I think it just shows the perseverance of some of these race teams. How much the points actually do matter to them for these playoffs.
Yeah, now that leads to over 8 seconds to Joseph.
Yeah. Jack Duvall coming down pit road.
All right, well, Brenner just lapped Nick Mills. So that's going to put Mills a lap down. As now there's only 4 drivers on the lead lap. This is pretty impressive rewatching this race and watching David really shine in this race. I'm really impressed with his long run speed here. He's doing a great job managing those tires and the racetrack right now. And as you see though, Dante running some of the faster laps right now back in P6. So it's just something to keep in mind on. He's already stopped. So David, I'm not sure what David's strategy here is hoping for, because I think we're all thinking Wright can make it to the end of the race, but
yeah, and I mean, David Brenner, he has never won, I believe, a Bonfire sanctioned race, points paying race. So Brenner here in the top series of Bonfire trying to look for that first victory.
yeah, we know it would mean a whole heck of a lot for him if he could bring home this win and maybe make his way into that next round. Jared, you see any close battles on the track, just give me a shout, because I think my timing is kind of hard to tell with all the lap cars.
Yeah, I'll look around here.
We can go down the field here. So who do we got in P2 right now? That's Joseph Volpis. Looks like he's 11 seconds back.
Yeah, roughly 12 now.
And David Owens, looks like he's another 11 from him.
Roughly, yeah, and then 1 second behind Owens is the 77 of Jake Ashe, who we saw go a lap down earlier in this race. And almost spun himself out, too, coming out of 4, able to rebound for a top 5 position.
Yeah, Jake having a great race also, trying to make his way into the top 10. Can't have
Nick Mills.
mistakes. Yeah, Mills there.
Our resident modified. Not a lot of downforce on that front nose. So, but he's still chugging his way along.
Jared, that left front looks like it's constantly... You see that shot of the left front tire of Mills' car? Somehow...
Yeah, it definitely does look bent to the left. Because you see him shaking the car a little bit to the left on the straightaway.
I mean, it's set up to lose the back end and to save it constantly. I mean, it might be to an advantage.
Well, that would be more useful with the rear of the car, allowing it to have more rear steer. Just like back, and I think it was the 2008 All-Star race, there was a car, backmarker car, with a little bit of rear steer, and it actually looked like he was crab walking down the straightaway, but he is really fast in the corner. So, but yeah, with the front bent like that, it doesn't look like it's fun to drive at all.
All right, and then behind Mills right now we have Dante Wright at 33. Dante needs to get past Nick Mills. That would give him the yellow dog to get him his lap back if there was to be a caution to come out. So this battle between Nick Mills, the modified, and Dante Wright in the 33 is a big battle. Somehow Nick is kind of defending. I mean, he's going to catch him, but Nick's doing a great job with that broken car, hanging on to everything he can to make his. But Dante is finally going to make that pass on the number 8, no problem.
Yeah, that last lap, Dante was almost a second quicker than Nick, so you're going to see him just run away from that 8 car. As it looks like David Brenner is finally coming down pit road. So the leader of the race with 19 to go is going to pit and give up that track position.
Brings that car to a sliding stop in front of this pit box. The right side has come up. Looks like they're having a little bit of trouble with that right front, but they get it slammed on as they slide around the other side. Get the left sides up. Goes good here. Eagles are getting slammed on. Getting topped off of Sunoco fuel, and away he goes. We'll have to keep an eye on where he cycles back out on the track. As your leader now is Joseph Volpis in that number 13, last pitted lap 80. You can hear him saving fuel, I think. Yep, I'm on board right now with the Cav OK Farmers Only onboard cam, and you can hear him shutting off that car. There it is. He shut it down, holding in the clutch, trying to save everything he can, so you know what kind of position he's in at the moment. Looks like David Owens and Thomas Pierce and company back at it again.
Yeah, and Thomas is a lap down car, so he's 12 laps down, just holding up David.
David got a little loose there, maybe getting frustrated with the 46 as he's trying to find his way around this guy. Is Owens now in P2, trying to chase down Joseph.
Well, and it looks like David's struggling with the tightness of his car. He's putting a lot more wheel into the corners, and eventually the car just snaps and it wants to turn left on David.
As Tom's is up in the outer wall in front of David. David's got the run, but can't get by him. You can just hear the frustration in his throttle pedal as he dives underneath Thomas. Oh, he gets loose a little bit, tries to save it. He's going to spin that car around right in front of Jared Kelly as David Owens spins that car down on the apron, gets it fired up, turned around, but I'm not sure if that's going to bring out a caution or not.
I believe the yellow is out. So Dave Medina was just down pit road. Jake Ashe was on the lead lap, so. And Justin White also was down pit road during that time, so I believe the lucky dog is going to go to that 55.
And I love how Thomas Pierce, gives a little shout out to David Owens there with the great battle there after he spins the car. Adding a little insult to injury.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a battle that David Owens was wanting with a lap down car, but you gotta have fun sometime during these races when you're not fighting up front.
All right, so the leader, Volpis, is going to bring that car down, probably get topped off with fuel and some tires thrown on it, as that brings out a caution with 12 laps remaining here at Phoenix. Whew. So Joseph's in. Brenner stays out on track. He just pitted. But that's going to bring also Kevin Kyle back on the lead lap, it looks like. So our field of 4 lap cars after cycles and all the crap happened, we got 7 cars on the lead lap. Not sure if Jake's going to get that lucky dog or not. Jared?
I believe...
no,
I
not
want to
yet.
say...
Maybe I got it.
I want to say the 55 got it.
Okay, 55.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. I think I was wrong.
Oh, Showboat, don't get scared. All right, Jared. Well, we got some drivers up here towards the front that aren't usually there. Some names in the back that aren't usually there. This is shaping up to be one heck of a race, as we were mentioning. Brenner definitely needs to beat right by a couple spots, but Dante looks like he's going to be leading this group back around at the start of the race here. So this is going to be interesting what happens. I'm going to speed it up a little bit here, Jared. Just one click of the fast forward here is I'm going to get the pace car. All right, so Not sure they're going to wave around that 46 car or not, Jared, as we'll see this time by what they do with them. The 46 is all over the side of that 46 Mustang. Oh, okay, they do give them the wave around. The field starts to get lined up. Okay, they're turn one. I'm going to let them play it out here so we get them set up. So Dante and David Brenner on row one. This is the battle here to get us into the playoffs, but that pace car is headed off the track as we're going to get ready to go back green flag racing.
Yeah, and these top four, they're all fighting for the playoffs, for those spots in the round of 10.
All right, so P7, Nick Mills is the last car on the lead lap right now. If it was another yellow to come out, Jake Shea would get the lucky dog at this time if he's not involved. As the 33 is firing off Geico restart line, and he passing the start-finish line as the cars spread out down the track. It is a battle now, but Dante right off the huge lead with a great restart. Oh, it looks like Kevin might have touched Joseph. Joseph saves it. Oh, he comes back down the track in front of Jake. As Jake gets a little piece of him, as Joseph loses a lot of spots after that contact.
Yeah, and I believe that drops Joe Volpis out of the playoff picture.
Cars getting loose everywhere. Can anybody catch Wright? Wright is out there. It would be Brenner. Brenner has a strong car all day. Great rhythm. Let's see if David can make anything happen here.
Oh, the 21 got loose. 21 got loose out of 4.
Is that going to bring out a yellow, Jared?
I'm trying to look to see.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, the yellow is out.
All right, that's going to stack them back up, Jared.
So, yeah, I'm looking at the wreck. David Owens gets into the back of the 21. And that initially sends both of them around. Luckily, the 21 was able to save it, but it looks like the 11 had a lot more struggle. Jake O'Shea is going to get that lucky dog. Get back onto the lead lap.
All right, Jared, with the power invested in me, I'm going to get these guys a little fast forward here.
We should go back racing with 2 to go, so it's going to be a 2-lap shootout, a regular attempt at a green-white checker.
Oh, look at Jake just blowing by the field there on the outside with some of that speed. As that pace car is leading a lot of laps here lately towards the end of this race, but
yeah, I say they give him, the pace car driver, a bonus point for leading a lap, probably even leading the most laps.
4 cautions isn't too bad. We've had worse.
Don't even get us started.
All right, so pace car lights are still on. One more time around here at Phoenix. This is going to set up a great battle here. Like we were talking, Brenner, Wright. To update the blinking leaderboard, though, Joseph Volpis in control with 13 blinks. Second place is going to be Jared Kelly with 5. Jared, I know you're probably proud of that stat. And then
not really.
And then we have Justin White with 4 blinks. Dante Wright with only 2, way down from last week. So shout out to the internet providers. Pace car lights are off, Jared. That pace car is getting ready to head down pit road. It is turning off pit road as we get ready to go live racing. Back with our leaders at hand. Brenner Wright, who is going to win here at Phoenix? Who's going to be able to hold each other off as they get ready to go green flag racing, headed into turn 3? This is going to be a green, white checkered finish. Geico restart line. Joseph Dante Wright off to the races, passing that start finish line as Brenner tries to hold pace with him.
Yeah, that outside lane did not get a really good jump, so Jackson Ball is going to be on the inside of David Brenner. This is not going well for Brenner, as he needs to be ahead of both Dante and Jax to have a chance.
But Dante in control of his own destiny here, needing this big win. You got cars bouncing off of everywhere. I can hear it in the background. Oh, Joseph hits a hard wall on the left, and that is right before the checkered flag. Dante gets that checkered flag. Brenner P2. Jax Javal going to be P3. And Wright punches his way into the next round of the playoffs with that win. Believe that eliminates our own David Brenner.
Yeah, David Brenner missing it from 2 spots away from Joe Volpus, who had that accident. Joe finishing P8. He was about 7 spots ahead of Brenner. So yeah, that's 6 spots just by themselves. And I think Joe even had a bonus point for leading a lap.
Yeah, great race here from Phoenix. Our next race is going to be the group of 10.
Oh, don't forget the burnouts. There's victory burnouts for the
33. Sorry,
for the heat. What is it called? The heat stroke racing.
Is it heat stroke racing? I can't remember.
Heat wave racing. That's what it was. It looks like Jason Landry
why is the 55 doing burnouts then?
Well, he won something.
Okay.
He finished in the top 10.
Okay. Are they celebrate? Is like Landry doing a celebration for Dante Wright? Like,
I think Dante started doing burnouts and then eventually went to victory lane.
Okay. Got it. Well, Jared, another race in the books here. Another day gone by as we're going to have our championship 10 now after this cutoff race. And Jared, let's see if I can pull up. Do you have the SimRub racer up?
I do have it on my phone, yes. So our top 10 being David Medina, Buddy Sally, Jason Landry, David Owens, Nick Mills, some guy named Kevin Kyle,
and
Dante Wright in that 7th position after sitting below the cut line, Jake Ashe in P8, and then Jax Duvall and Joe Volpus rounding out 9th and 10th.
So Joe Volpus does make it in by the hair of his chin after it looks like there might have been contact between him and the 31. I'm not sure. I didn't really see too much there. Might have maybe just a little breathed on him. And then he hit the wall on the last turn, I believe, at the last lap there. But he was able to squeak in old Joseph Volpus. So good to see him into the next round. And our next race is going to be at New Hampshire, where they're going to be going after the lobster. So join us there for our next broadcast. And then we're getting caught up here, because after New Hampshire, it would be Nashville Super Speedway, and that would catch us up to being back up to date with our broadcasting. So thank you guys for hanging in there with us, and everyone have a good night. And for me and Jared Kelly, we wish you guys a good day. God bless, and we'll catch you on the next one.